All right, welcome to Unit 2 and our discussion, our lessons on minor keys and minor scales. So we've talked about the major key signatures and the circle of fifths and how you can figure out key signatures using the major scales, etc. Now we're going to talk about minor keys. Every key signature that exists, every amount of sharps or flats in a key signature has its major key, its major scale, which you know about. It also has a relative minor key. For example, the key of F major that has one flat in it is also the key signature for the D minor scale. The C major scale, which is an empty key, as you know, no sharps or flats, you could also play an A minor scale using the exact same set of notes. For G major, which has one sharp, you can also play an E minor scale. And here's how we know the way to find from a major key to what we call the relative minor key. This is an important term right here, relative minor. So the easiest way to find the relative minor key of a major key is to count down 3 half steps. So for example, let's say we're at the key of C major. You count down 3 half steps. 1, 2, and 3. The relative key of C major is then A minor. Okay? Same thing going the other way. Let's say we're in the key of D minor and we're asked to find what's the relative major key. Count up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. So D minor is related to F major. That's to say they share the same key signature. So a way to visualize this, sorry about that. A way to visualize this is you can just think of wherever the major key is, the one you're used to. If you have to find the relative minor key, count down 3 half steps, always down. Minor, if you think of just the word minor, it's smaller, it's below. Okay, so major key is above, the minor key is 3 half steps below. If you're at a minor key, the major key, the relative major key, is 3 half steps above. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do the questions that are here, the ones with the single answer. Well, so for example, what is the relative minor of G major? So think in the key of G, think of the note G. Here's the beginning of our major scale. The minor scale will start 3 half steps below. 1, 2, 3. So this is the name of our minor scale. What's the relative minor of B flat major? Well, you're going to start on the note B flat, count down 3 half steps, 1, 2, and 3. That's the name of our minor scale, which is related to B flat major. I want you to carry on with these questions on your own. Well, let's answer the bottom question right now, real quick. So the question down here says, complete the following sentence. Every major key has a what? It has a relative minor. I know they don't give you much space to write these words. Relative minor key. And it shares the same, what's common between them? The key signature. They have the exact same sequence of notes, they just have a different starting note. So there's your lesson on relative major and minor keys. Essentially, just remember that they're always 3 half steps apart from each other. 3 half steps, the major being above, the minor being below, and the distance between them is always 3 half steps. There you go. There's your first lesson for Unit 2.